What is up, everybody? Welcome to God Mode. This is our 5th edition homebrew campaign, Wyrd and Wyld. This is episode 89. Almost 90 episodes. In the flesh. I'm Jaso the DM, and who else is joining me this fine Friday evening?
Hello, my beautiful people. It is I, Glace Lore. I'm Bailey. I'll be playing the androgynous Eidolon, Glace. She is a College of Glamour bard.
Hey everyone, I'm Luke. I'm playing Aesop, Kinku Alchemist. Next.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I know. Couldn't get off mute. My name is Kevin. I play Sun Kong, your apeling bionoid monk, following the way of the abundant spirit.
What's up, everybody? My name's Slim. I'll be playing Renkaz, pardon me, lizard folk fighter. I'm the martial archetype of the gunslinger.
And I'm Kyle. I'm playing Kibo and maybe Fog. Who knows?
Hey everybody, I'm Nick. I play MVD, the half-elf celestial warlock, Pact of the Tome Focus, and I have the most phenomenal familiar of all time, a pseudo-dragon named Jir.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Thank you for amazing art, 8-Bit Ribbit, for all of our character tokens. I really appreciate that. We just got in Chemo's art. That's very cool. Thank you. We'll be sharing that on Twitter here pretty soon. So I switched your token, Kyle, to Chemo's updated art as well, so you'll see him in there. If you guys are just joining us or have been watching a couple of the prior episodes, you'll know, because I say it all the time, that if you're following, if you're subbing, or if you just want to follow and hit a button to follow along, then you'll be getting Twitch channel points, and that gives you a build-up of points over time for you just watching the stream or interacting with us. And if you're following or subscribing, it adds like a multiplier. So you get even more on top of that. And as you accrue those points, you can do cool things like buy inspiration, buy the party Weirdbit points for either their ship upgrades, or they can exchange it for cash, give them just a +1 to something that they need in a pinch, all kinds of cool stuff. So check out those rewards down in the bottom left of the Twitch chat. It's a fun way for you to interact with us. If you're watching it from the couch on the TV and just using your iPhone or your tablet or something to look at the chat, you can punch in !extension, and that'll open up a little fun UI so that you can play with the stream avatars that you see at the bottom of the screen. You can buy extra one of those using your points as well. So take a look at that, and if you enjoy it, if you have fun watching, then give us a follow and we'll greatly appreciate it. You can buy cool things like the crystal dragons that you see down there too. That is really all of my housekeeping. I have no housekeeping except a rules reminder. Rules reminder.
Rules are made to be broken.
I'm stealing this. I don't know if this originated from Luke, but I'm stealing it from him.
Yay.
And maybe adding a little bit to it, perhaps. An Arcana, History, or Insight check can help you guys determine what type of spell is being cast. If there is a foe casting something, and I'm not just going to exclaim like a video game what they're casting, then you guys have the opportunity, just watching the movements of their hands or vocalizations, to try and determine what that spell is they're using.
Fireball!
Always fireball.
That is a canon rule as of Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Okay, well there we go. With Xanathar's Guide, is it just an Arcana check, or is
It's Arcana as a reaction.
As a reaction? Okay.
Yeah, but you can make it whatever you want.
Why is
it's
he holding
your
us
game.
full of bat shit? What's he gonna do with that bat shit?
Man, I don't know how I feel about a reaction.
Hey, could always
Your game.
change.
Let's roll with the rules as written for now.
That's good, because Aesop has nothing to do with his reactions anyway, so he'll just.
Yeah,
he'll
we
be-
don't We don't see a lot of reaction use, but I am
No.
keeping the Arcana History Insight check.
Nice.
because I feel like that gives a little bit of a wider berth for some of you who aren't
It's pretty fun.
Arcana focused. Yeah, that's my only rule. Knowledge checks are always free as usual. Let's see. We have some inspiration to hand out.
It's Friday.
Why don't you guys draw some of those cards?
One, please.
Oh, I still have mine.
Oh, Glace, it's too many.
I got the ring cast card.
How do I get rid of all of my cards?
Why did you do that?
That's what happens when bards complete their epic story quest. Is they get 69 inspiration.
What is wrong with you? Why?
That's not fair, Glace.
I think you might have to. Jason might have to recall all of our cards.
Oh,
Damn
I
it!
got the ring cast card.
What?
Oh,
I'm fine.
No, wait, hold on. Let me do
Throw
something.
them out one by one.
Yeah, I can steal cards, but I'd have to steal them one by one.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Let's see.
amazing.
Whoop.
At least you know what happens when you get that many cards now.
Well, now is your time, everyone, to draw an inspiration card and trade it now or forever hold on to it until
I'm
you
sure
use
Glace has one that I want.
Glace, do you have one of the pick 3 ones I can use?
Does anyone want the one that gives you more melee reach for a turn? If not, I'll take it. I can use it. Oh, my connection to the server's been interrupted.
Yay! Can you still hear us?
Oh, my card went away.
All the cards are gone. Never mind.
Well,
I just got that too. Let's refresh.
yeah.
Stream is still going. Oh, wait.
How would that work if you're trying to do a bite attack? Do you just get like that xenomorph mouth that like comes out?
You
Yes.
Yeah, could be that. You could diving headbutt.
Thank you, Shlia, for hosting. We are having fun. We're trying to have fun as soon as we get Roll20 to work with us.
I'm gonna keep mine now that I have a new one.
Huh. Okay, I'll keep. Mine's kind of.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, everyone.
No, we're good.
It's all good.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I like mine.
Is everybody happy with their cards?
Yes.
Okay.
Dreamcast doesn't have one. There it is.
There you go, buddy. There you
Got the
go.
exact same card.
You have a card
Oh, there you
now. Look at that.
Perfect.
Now that you guys have your cards, why don't we roll to see who wants to give the recap from last session?
Oh, it may be an Aesop session.
Who gave it last week? I can't remember.
If anyone can beat it, I can. Oh,
I did last week.
actually make it.
Let's see that chemo roll.
I don't think we're gonna get a chemo roll.
Oh.
Chemo is dead.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll give it then.
Chemo punch.
Oh no.
There he is.
Hold
Give me a
on.
second.
It's coming back. Maybe.
We're in our human realm. We're having a lot of weather difficulties, if you will.
Fucking Carol Baskins.
That bitch! That bitch!
Goddamn Carol Baskins.
Only saw the first half hour.
She's gonna try and take sugar from you. Watch out.
Fed him to her taggers.
Chemo wasn't here last week, so I mean, technically.
Oh yeah,
okay, well
that's right.
Then it's up to me.
You got it
So
right.
last week we were in the Vault of Desire, face to face with the six-fingered Lord of Darkness. Yes, that's a thing. So he asked us to put on a show, and we put on a show of middling success. And unsatisfied by this, he decided to have us entertain him by showing us some combat. So we threw our weak soul shells against him in a meek form of combat. Aesop was completely useless, but Chemo and Sun Kong and to a lesser extent VD as well also did fine, luckily, and made up for the fact that a couple of us basically were worthless. But we were successful, and that is only when we discovered that we were not actually fighting with the Dark Lord, we were fighting with his body double, which was made by Zix, who is the whole reason we went to hell in the first place. So, bit of good luck there. Long story short, he decided to spare us our souls, so, good on him. And we returned to the Vault of Desire to deal with the Master of Ceremonies, who it turned out was a strange creature named Vod, in a fit of vanity named the Vault of Desire after his own name. Couldn't imagine doing something like that myself, but I digress. I digress. Point is, we were able to strike a deal. Zix is back with us, and he is going to attempt to fix Cooi, but the strangest thing that happened is we ended up on the Reigar ship, and Glace was anointed as an honorary Reigar, gaining a giant peacock bird thing, and a bunch of other stuff I didn't quite understand, but it seems all very sparkly and interesting. And now we're back on the ship, and hopefully Cooi is saved.
A very succinct recap, Aesop. Thank you. You find a weird bit in your pockets. Yes, you guys ended last session by finally returning to your ships that had departed Halcyon in order to skirt by any of the troubles that was caused in your gold standard transformation by the Sheen. You all successfully rescued, quotations, Zix from the abyss, and he has promised to take a look at Cooi to hopefully give her a physical form. You all had returned to the ship, and there Zix began looking over Cooi to give her a sort of analysis, and everyone was meeting back up with their partners / friends / family. Ukog greets you, Sun Kong. Lizzie stands in the back, nonchalantly looking up in the air. Old Ganny seems to be taking somewhat of a paternal approach to Cooi. They all seem to be gathered around either out of sympathy and a need to care for, or curiosity. Hush comes over and gives you a hug, Aesop, and Chemo, you return to meet Fa. Everyone is back on the ship. Glace, you currently need to attach your anklet, your Shakti, to your anklet and have to attune to it. So keep in mind it is one of the 3 attunement items you can have. However, once attuned to it, there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do, as I put in the details for you. And Clatter is, of course, back with you. Although, keep in mind that Clatter's ring also requires attunement, so...
no.
You may want to just figure out which one works in which situations. That all depends on you.
What's your third slot? Do you have a third slot?
I can get rid of this apparatus that I have.
Oh, the apparatus of Qualash or whatever?
Yeah, the third slot is the circlet that I have right now, which is really proven useful once. So I'd rather have Clatter and this Shakti.
Yeah. Good choices.
And I can give this apparatus to Fa if she would like, or we could sell it.
Give it to Fa, give it to
The
Fa.
Mizium apparatus.
That shit's awesome.
It's pretty fun. Used it like once or twice.
I'll get the... It's on D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
It's got all the items.
It's one of these.
Glace hands over a interesting looking glove / gauntlet that appears to be a fusion of both arcane and circuitry and probably some type of magiance of magic and technology fused as she hands something over. Something very Fa-like, as you peer over it. So, Zix goes over to inspect Cooi. Everyone finds themselves back on the ship. Is there anything, while Zix is surveying the situation with Cooi on the couch, that you guys would like to do? It's been a while since you've been able to have a chance to breathe and be back on the ship.
I feel like, did we even sleep before we went on this adventure?
No, you guys all...
No, yeah.
You don't have any... You don't have a what's the term? Exhaustion point. But you are all... You're all feeling the pangs of wanting to get some rest.
I never want to see a piece of gold again.
That's a lie.
I know, I'm over it. I want to see... I would like more gold immediately. I'm gonna go make some potions because we used them all.
Let's where's the arcane man?
Okay, man.
It takes a few minutes, but the arcane man returns down the steps of the stairs from the elevator with what looks to be like some type of drink in hand.
It's a red cup.
A bit of... It's got a bit of steam rising from it. He steps over past you guys. You also now notice that he is much larger than he was before. He's now like 10 or 11 feet high and is nearly double in his size.
Probably normal, I'm sure.
He hands over the cup to the Reigar Zix, who looks back and takes it and takes a drink. The arcane man steps back.
We got 6, obviously. What do we need to do to help Cooi now?
Zix turns to you all and says,
"It will take me a little bit of time to assess the situation. I have made countless numbers of physical forms for all types of individuals, but one for an arcane intellect. That is unique. From what I see here, it seems as though her arcane code is being overwritten by a spirit jam. Perhaps an augmented spirit jam.
Why does that sound familiar? Like, I can't tell if we know
Wasn't
that in character.
That glitch thing a spirit gem?
Spirit
Maybe
gem?
not. I don't remember.
you guys definitely remember that way back when Cregan had given you 2 pieces of blueprints that could be pieced together and put in your ship to lead to his whereabouts. However, when you put it into the astrolabe, which is this center control panel here in the ship, it instead formed a virus on your ship, which is actually a spirit gem, which is a undead, ghostly form of a person who, through their experience through death, latched onto the material plane and survived in this otherworldly form. It was augmented by his Cregan's lackey, Hax, who he had working with him, a younger girl who he freed from the prison ring. She had augmented it so that it could potentially take over the ship. That's when your ship was going haywire and creating rooms upon rooms upon rooms.
Does he think that it's like leftover from that or something totally new?
It appears to be fragments, or at least at one point was fragments of this spirit jam who was attempting to, for a lack of a better term, possess Cooi. as she is the controller, or one of the ways of controlling the ship directly. At the very least, it appears as though she has an innate connection to it.
I see.
However, over time it seems as though these fragments have been multiplying. It seems as though, although the physical form of the spirit gem was destroyed, the augmentation to its form allows it to continue spreading, not unlike a virus, resulting in this corruption of your friend here. When I create my art, it is always imperfect, because beauty is boring to me. I will need to assess Cooi to determine what art I can give her.
Oh, does that mean she's going to become a Reigar as well?
Oh, no. Glace was lucky as she had the blood of us running through her, at least a portion of it. This one has, well, no blood currently. She is like a programmed illusion, though with my help she could potentially take on a more fleshly form. What I mean is that whenever I create an imperfection or a piece of art for someone, I always leave an imperfection. Graz'zt, for example, although I was smart enough not to mention it at the time, has certain imperfections that he will soon discover.
Oh, my. All right, then. Well, do you need any medical expertise, or is this more than an art than a science, let's say?
This is an art.
Ah.
As far as this Cooi goes, I see that she is nearsighted. Her physical form, if she had one before, from what I sense here, had a weak immune system. And from what I sense,
Zik says as they wave their hand over Cooey's form,
it seems as though she may have had a troubled past.
Oh my.
Something even she may not remember, deeply implanted in her subconscious.
Will she remember it in her new form once you're finished?
No, I don't think she will. Because as it stands, with these attributes, she is already perfect for my art.
Oh.
I
That's
don't
good.
think any adjustments will be necessary beyond a physical form for her to inhabit.
I see. All right, then.
Now, the only way to create a body for her, because of her special nature, being an arcane intellect, I will need to see her soul.
Where would that be? Do you know, Arcane Man?
the arcane man says,
Her soul would be deep within her, like her core.
So, the ship, then?
Yeah. Like some sort of computer.
Zix waves their hand over her.
Not exactly. I sense her core is deep within her form. We will need to apply a special technique. I am a Reigar. I have no reason to lie to you. So this is what we will need to do. In order to see her core, or her soul, if you will, I require her current form to be completely overwritten.
Oh,
Oh.
seems dangerous.
I need her to be temporarily deleted, giving me a fraction of time to see her soul.
Oh boy. All
In
right.
order to carry this out, it seems as though she still has close to a full day left, 22 or so hours. But in order to accelerate this, the easiest thing to do would be to take her outside of the ship, as removing her tether to it will weaken her in her current state.
Oh, is this gonna hurt her?
Currently, she can feel nothing. She is in a dreamless sleep.
Mm.
Although, I can't be sure that it won't hurt her when the time comes. However, consider the alternative. This also serves as a benefit. Taking her outside of the ship and having this spirit gem possess her form will limit its abilities to take full control of her powers once it manifests itself.
Do we need to subdue it physically once it manifests?
The spirit gems are typically spellcasters, those who have died a painful or horrible death in the middle of spelljamming.
Oh goodness.
Typically, they abhor those living, especially those who are travelers on spelljammers. It is likely that you will need to subdue this one.
Well then, no time to rest then. We got a space ghost to kill, everyone.
I mean, if that's what we have to do, it's what we have to do.
Once we take her outside the ship and this process completes itself, from what I can determine, once her core is revealed and the spirit gem is deleted, we will only have 3 minutes.
3 minutes? To do what exactly? 3 minutes? What do we need to do after the 3 minutes? You mean to subdue the creature, or what else?
3 minutes from the point at which the spirit gem takes complete control.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
So we can't let that happen.
As long as you are able to subdue the spirit gem in a nice and quick and fastidious amount of time, we can simply come back into the interior of the ship, and I, using my art, will create a physical form for her. I do not know the intricacies of how she will take to it afterwards, but we will deal with that once we get there. For now, I should warn you, once the spirit gem has full control over Cooi's arcane code, it will be more powerful than it was if you have encountered it before.
Well, luckily so are we. Well, I presume. I've never fought it before. I'm sure we'll be fine.
It, considering that we have a bit of lingering time, should you see fit, may be a smart idea, considering what you have all been through recently, to get a bit of rest and recuperation to prepare yourselves, if you see fit.
Well,
It might
I don't
be
have any spells available, so
Yes, it might be a good idea. We want to be in top form if we're going to rescue Cooi.
Mhm. All right.
Let's go. Sleep like you've never slept before. Time is of the essence. No pressure.
Yeah, let's hope that extra time we bought for ourselves pays off.
I'm sure it will.
I will attend to the preparations of her physical form in the meantime. Once I have done this for you, I will take my leave. I cannot promise this is a foolproof plan, but I will do what I can for you.
Yes, thank you. It's better than just letting her die.
Your only hope, really, so you do what you can.
I will, of course.
Well, let us know if you need anything.
Zix continues running a hand over her form. Zix also reaches into their flamboyant outfit, and from underneath a side vest pulls out what looks like an ordinary egg and simply holds it in the palm of their hand.
Paul says out loud to check.
You say what, Bob?
So, Paul said, what the fuck is just check on it.
Can you say that one more time? You're breaking up real bad.
Let me just.
Okay.
Can we make a check on it?
Oh. Yeah, sure. You doing an arcana check?
Yo, he's trying.
I was gonna do like an investigation, maybe.
Sure. Let's see that investigation.
Oh boy.
All right. With that investigation check, it appears as though using your investigation to put things together and see what is happening here, it appears as though this item in Zix's palm that looks like a normal, slightly off-white colored egg actually appears to be some type of, more than likely, arcane item. And through Zix's special Reigarian senses, is attempting to determine what they need to do to, for lack of a better term, program this magic egg.
Have you ever seen anything like that before? Like, is there a magic item that we've seen that looks like an egg that is similar?
You guys can make history checks if you like.
Sure. Nope. That's, wow, 1. Okay. Cool.
My computer crashed, so all my stuff is down. I'm sorry.
That's alright, buddy. Theater of the mind.
Runcrest is gonna shrug and just look at me and say, hey.
Oh my god! Aesop is already asleep.
Oh no.
Oh, Nvidi, you have no idea what the hell that is.
Oh, I also got a 1.
A
Oh.
crit fail?
Yeah.
Ruh-roh. Okay.
I offer to make him some food if he wants any. Say, you don't have to eat that egg. We can cook that for you if you want.
The Reigar looks at you and says,
Oh, no, you misunderstand. Go get some sleep.
That's a good idea. Slap and I just scratch my head and walk away and take.
So, everyone is taking a long rest, I assume?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. You guys head back to your rooms to gather some sleep. It feels good to be back in your actual normal bodies. However, as I mentioned, from the process of being turned into gold, you have these aches and pains as if like you slept on multiple areas of the wrong sides, all jalopy-like, and there's just aches and pains over your bodies from just being solidified even for a few hours. Glace, I know all of your guys' rooms. Where is Nvidi and Rinkaz's room at?
Mine was right there. I had a Scaly Boy poster in there.
Okay, so Nvidi's yours was the top left, and then Rinkaz, you had the poster?
Yeah, that was.
Okay, cool.
Sounds about right.
Alright.
It was the first one on the left.
So you guys head to your personal rooms to get some shut-eye. Ukog will go with you, Sun Kong, to get some sleep. And you, Sun Kong, will also go get some sleep. Ukog, of course, will ask you about all of the happenings and going on, as well as Hush will ask you, Aesop, about everything that happened in the Abyss.
It was awful. Our souls got sold to the devil, and I'm very tired.
It was nothing. It was like another walk on the beach.
Our explanations couldn't be any more different.
She gives you a side eye, almost as if she doesn't believe you for a second.
Listen, you don't have to believe your old man, but I've seen some shit. Go, leave me, sweetheart. I really need to rest.
She pats you on the head and heads out.
Don't worry, Dad. I'll be in Nvidi's room.
Oh
Here's a
no.
condom.
Oh no.
That's all he asked.
What's so special about Six Fingers, Arcane Man? Why do you have it and why does the devil have it?
The Arcane Man says,
That is simply a part of my physiology.
Uh-huh.
I have no relation species-wise to the Demon Prince. Though a number of my species does make transit to the Triple Realm, as there is a lot of mercantile business to be done there.
Yeah, I bet there is.
There is.
Yes, I have my eyes on you. Good night.
I have
Arcane Man.
That's your
That's
real
what you
name.
really are.
he looks confused, but maintains a professional appearance. You guys all head back to your rooms to get some shut-eye. You can replenish your health, replenish your spell slots,
Ooh.
replenish your hit die.
Oh, man, it's been way too long since we've done this.
Sleep? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sun Kong, you hear in your mind, Sun Kong.
Oh, Roshi. Oh, with all the commotion, I didn't. Oh, it's so good to talk.
I felt as though I lost my connection with you for a period of a few hours.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much you just listen or hear, but kind of died for a little bit, but we're okay. Did it on purpose. Was not a mistake.
It is good to hear that you made it back in one piece.
Very. Oh, it's good, like I said, hear your voice again, but I am so tired.
Understandable. Let us get some sleep.
Yes.
Sugar comes over and rubs her head against your thigh, Sun Kong.
Give her a good scratch behind the ears.
All right.
Dude.
Time passes 8 hours. You all awaken refreshed and renewed.
Hell yeah.
What do you do?
All right, everyone, let's get this over with. We have
We
a
get to the task at hand.
creepy ghost
Ghost.
virus to slay.
We've
can
done
do
it before. We can do it again.
I haven't.
Well, most of us have done it before. Might be a little new for you other guys.
Just a question I feel like I've asked before, but I don't remember the answer. Is there any room within an 8-hour rest to perform a 1-hour ritual?
I mean, once you guys awaken, there would still be, if you wanted to spend an extra hour and everyone was cool with it, there's still time left. So
Yeah,
even after
what-
everyone took an 8-hour rest and VD would like to do a ritual, what one would you like to do?
What ritual would I like to do? I'd like to do Find Familiar and have Jira come back.
Oh, we gotta have Jira.
Praise.
100%.
If he's taking a ritual break, how long does it take in the training
gym.
room or jacuzzi to get a buff?
Similarly, like a short rest, so you can.
If we can do that now, I'll go to the gym.
Sure.
And I'll use the hour to make my potions. Perfect.
Nice. Jira apparates on your shoulder, NVD. You notice that Jira is shifted from its lighter, more silverish form back into a gold form.
Oh. Hey, you okay, buddy? You don't look the same.
It shifts around your leg, almost like a playful cat. Jira seems fine enough.
Okay.
So, you guys wanted to... Aesop, you're making your potions.
Yep.
What is your standard list of potions that you make in that time?
I'm actually altering it slightly. I'm making 3 greater healing potions and 2 cure-alls.
Okay. So you create those things. Rinkaz, you were going in what room to train?
The gym, physical training room. See if Kong can join me.
Okay. Both of you head into
Yes.
the physical training, the gym room, and do a bit of physical exercise. Can you both give me a D12, please?
Oh, that's a cool jump rope you have, Kong. Oh God.
Jesus.
Rinkaz, after a good, fresh hour's workout, stretching your muscles from being solidified into pure gold certainly helps to liven you up a little bit. For the following 12 hours, you can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to 3 times your carrying capacity. You feel particularly strong. Sun Kong, similarly, you feel much more lithe and refreshing from working your muscles some. If you would take damage at the end of a fall, you can reduce it by an amount equal to 5 plus your Constitution modifier. Which-
So, combined with his slow fall, he could basically jump off the Empire State Building and be fine, I imagine.
Yes, that stays with you until you use it, so just keep in
Till I
mind.
use it. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
So just keep that in mind. 5 plus your Constitution modifier to reduce the damage.
That's awesome.
Okay. Everyone begins to slowly make their way back into mission control. Rinkaz and Sun Kong are wiping off a bit of sweat from their activities in the gym. Aesop comes in, putting a couple healing potions and some reagents into his belt pouch. Everyone else is also gathering in there. Zix is not studying Zix isn't putting their hand over Cooi or anything anymore, but they seem to still be interested in her, watching her translucent form ripple as if looking at a form of someone deep underwater. You guys see the shift and transition. It's like an illusion spell that you have seen between one another or in your histories before, but it seems fainter and fainter as time has pressed on. Cooi has always had a bit of translucency to her, but now it seems particularly strong. Her form is almost invisible at this point. Zix, seeing you all begin to make way into the room, stands up and kind of just nods to greet you. The arcane man says,
"Is everyone prepared and ready?"
I suppose
Ready?
as much as we'll ever be.
Yeah, ready to go. Let's do this. Let's save Cooi.
I look to Zix and say, "Are you prepared for this? Do you think you have everything? I mean, best intention and everything, of course, and I'd like to take an insight check on him."
They look back at you and say,
Hey, I'm a Reigar. I'm always ready.
Don't offend him. Ringcause.
26? Do I think he's being truthful?
they certainly believe they are ready.
Okay. And
Bada boom.
just precaution, just worried is all. We've known her for quite some time. Again, thank you for, attempting however this goes.
Yes. Well, it is time if you are all ready.
Let's go.
The arcane man turns to you all and says,
I spoke with the navigator, and he has been running us through an asteroid field during your rest to ensure that Halcyon ships do not linger or try to follow our breadcrumbs to find us. Keep in mind, as the Reigar mentioned, that a spirit jam is the essence of a person who died while spelljamming. They envy and hate all life, including those who spelljam themselves. Be prepared.
Won't be the first thing that tried to kill us, that's for sure.
So, you guys gather up. Let me grab your tokens. Zix, holding this egg in one hand and gently wrapping one of their arms underneath her form, you actually watch as Zix is able to lift her up despite being in her typical translucent form off of the couch to bring with. Is Chemo and Fa going?
I think Kiva would say, this is hard. This sounds hard.
Okay.
Your computers.
All right. You guys see Chemo take a step back. He's probably just also blown away by everything that just happened in the past 12 hours. And he takes a step back. Everyone else is prepared and ready. Glace, are you bringing Clatter with you?
Yes, I am.
Always, Jason. Always.
Where's Clatter at?
Right
You left
by
him
my
in hell.
In the past.
Oh, I see.
side.
Okay.
My side.
Okay. They've always been with you. Hey, Clatter could have potentially come with you to hell.
No.
Potentially.
Table talk? We should, ask Zix what the hell's up with Clatter. We've never had anybody take a look at him.
Oh, he's an enchanted suit of armor that we got off of Voodoo. I mean,
That's right. From a mansion, right?
yes, the
Mhm.
haunted mansion.
It is a heirloom in the old Ganny family, an animated suit of armor that through a magic ring that you can attune to will follow your orders.
I like to think he's got a sparkling personality.
What?
You guys all, Zix included, placing a hand against the crystal communicator, feel yourselves surrounded by a white light, and you find yourselves on the outside of the ship.
Okay, I'm not afraid of ghosts. I'm not afraid of ghosts.
We were ghosts.
True to the arcanes, well, you guys were souls, but in soul shells, so you had some physicality to you. True to the arcane's man's word, you guys do find yourselves navigating through an asteroid field.
Woof.
Ooh.
Oh, look at this! Look at this animated background! Look at this.
Very cool.
Zix looks around, ensuring that all of you have made your way along with them to the exterior of the ship. You watch as Zix, taking Cooi, steps over a little bit a ways from you all and sets her down. You watch as her form begins to shift, parts of her rapidly becoming much blurrier to see.
Oh, I don't like this.
It almost looks as if, still in a somewhat unconscious state, her body begins to convulse, shaking rapidly.
Oh.
And then her form fades.
6.
Zix steps back behind you all. Zix looks around as if anticipating something. And as you all look around a bit worried, you begin to hear a voice in your minds. Or perhaps in the area around you. I see we meet again. Although this time you were stupid enough to allow me to completely take over your former ship controller. Oh, the things I can do now. The secrets I know. Ones that she didn't even realize.
Oh shit.
You hear the voice come closer to the side of your ear in VD. You know the worst part? You now hear it close to your ear, Sun Kong. There's still a little bit of her left in here. And now next to you, Aesop. And she'll get to watch as I use this newfound power to tear her friends apart. And I need everybody to roll me initiative.
Okay. Well, we heard that voice. Been trying to cast See Invisibility.
See invisibility?
Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were speaking, but that's what I was gonna do while she was talking to us.
And you can just immediately see things that are invisible?
I have to use the apparatus to cast it. So I have to make a check of some sort. What do you do? I think it was like a DC. There we go. DC 10 plus twice the spell slot. So I have to make a DC. Shit, Arcana. DC 14 Arcana plus 10. That's not right. That's a 13. So, dead. DC.
What was the DC you had to meet?
Was 14, so it failed, and instead of gust of wind comes out of me.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Literally all the rest of them would have been useful.
Why did we give this to Fa? What have we done? We gave Fa the most chaotic item possible.
Might have worked.
Ah.
I just don't know
Awesome.
magics. I know technically inclined. I'm a tech wizard, not a wizard.
We'll say that you, Fa, because you were doing this in the midst of this, get to go first, and this activates. So, Rinkaz, if you'll put your initiative in there.
There we go. I was trying to get it to load.
I just loved. You needed to set it to Wumbo. W for Wumbo.
Had it set on mini.
Well, at least in terms of the spell description, it's 60 feet long, 10 feet wide. It blasts from you, but in a direction you get to choose.
Yeah. Shit, I guess. So where did I hear it? 'Cause that's where I would have been looking. And that's,
Well, the voice traveled around, almost speaking in each of your ears, so it was difficult to discern the exact location.
Alright, I guess I'll just blast centered on where Cooi was.
Okay.
Cooey's spirit core goes flying into outer space.
I did it, guys.
We all just slowly turn to Fa.
Don't give me a it could go wrong item. Guess what happens?
It goes wrong.
It goes wrong.
Thanks.
So, let's see. If this hits, it would have to pass a strength saving throw, which it does not.
Notoriously strong.
So, if there is a creature there, which it appears that there is, it is pushed back 15 feet.
Well,
Ugh. Oh, I forgot how much I hated how this guy looked. He just looks like you want to punch him, like
Yeah.
really hard.
Appearing before you as a huge gust of wind pushes into it is a translucent form of a almost augmented and almost looks like it bears a resemblance to technologies from Neo Gokyo, but has a incorporeal nature to it. A twisted smile on its face as it appears. Pieces of arcane code falling from its form as it begins to take its physical form or incorporealness but visibility to you all now. However, a gust of wind blasts out from Fa and it is pushed back 15 feet.
As this happens, since knowledge checks are free, can I make a nature check to see what its type is?
Sure.
That's an unnatural 20.
With your unnatural 20, this is a undead creature.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
It has been augmented, but it still is essentially the spirit of a dead spelljammer.
Sick.
Everyone watches as this powerful gust of wind shoots from the glove on Fa, blasting back the spirit jam, although the twisted smile on its face continues as the air simply knocks it back. Fa, what else would you like to do?
Actions can't do nothing, so I will hide behind Ringcast.
Okay. You hide behind Rinkaz. Rinkaz, as you watch this happen, the spirit jam looks at all of you and snickers. It says, "I've learned from our last bout. I'm not going to allow 6 versus 1, it says, and appearing in multiple corners of the ship are what look to be smaller copies of itself.
Ooh, neat.
The one that seems to be on the lower end of the ship, barely visible because of the arch of the ship as it kind of goes down to the bottom part, at least from your positions, moves 5, 10. It moves here, and let's see.
So, sorry, real quick. Fa, did you cancel the gust of wind, or are you still casting it?
Oh, is it continuous? Sorry.
It's a continuous effect. You're constantly blowing wind in that direction.
Fucking A. Okay, well, I would have ended it when it didn't
Okay.
Sure.
do what I wanted it to do. Counterspell on wizard spell?
It sure is.
Guess what, guys? We just got counterspell.
Let's see, hang on just a second. The smaller form that you see shifting up towards your group points a finger at you all, and what looks to be a beam of blue light streaks out towards you in VD. Hang on just a second here.
No need.
Ooh, does a 15 hit AC?
15 matches AC.
Oh no.
Shit.
You take 5 points of cold damage, and you feel your form from the frigid nature of this beam. It feels as though it slows you down a bit. Your speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Oh, that's fine.
Rinkaz, you're up.
Let's see. I look to Kong. Where are you charging?
Big guy.
Gotcha. Alright, then, from where I'm at, I'm gonna attack the 16 initiative. Yeah, the guy in the back. Do I have line of sight on him from the curve of the...
Yeah, you will say you have line of sight on them.
Alright, good deal. I pull out my revolver and point it at him.
Okay.
I turned my head over to the big dude and said, oh, you're right, so let's even up. $20 hit?
A 20 hits.
Alright, so it doesn't do any of that nonsense from before. I'm just gonna roll the dice as it... Look at that.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, it is fate.
That's 7 damage. Magic. Does it look like it hit him?
With your 20 roll, that is going to hit.
Alright. Take another shot on.
Sure.
That's a natural 1, boys.
Ah!
Wow.
Your check
3
bounce.
already.
Your
I
fucking check
love to
bounce.
see it. Did you already roll a 1 this session?
No.
Oh,
Oh good, we all have bad boy cards almost.
children. What else you got, buddy? Your shot goes very wide.
That's a misfire on the gun, so I'll quick draw my, let's say, my energy rifle then. No, you know what? Energy pistol. Screw it. I'm not going to be greedy.
Okay.
28.
28 will hit, buddy.
For 12 damage.
Nice. You blast into the creature for additional damage. Both of these weapons, are they slotted with gems?
The first one is not. Excuse me. The second one is. The 12 damage is. The 7 is not.
Okay, so your first weapon, you notice, does not do as much damage as it typically would. The second one does, however.
Sounds good to me.
You watch as the magic nature of your firearms tears through its form more easily, being magically enchanted. Anything else Rink has?
To protect the flank, I'm gonna move and just ready myself. That's it.
You watch as the large form of all of the spirit jams laughs, and they all laugh in unison. It points a finger at you all and begins to whisper, moving its hands. I need...
As a reaction, I want to make an arcana check to try to identify what the fuck that is.
Good
Okay.
idea. And I'll listen.
If it's a wizard spell, Fa should also try because she has advantage, if that's the case. But Aesop is going to try regardless.
But you said perception helps with that now, also, right? Though.
I will
Insight,
take
history.
Arcana, History, or Insight.
Oh, insight.
Arcana was my best one, and I do
Oh,
not
absolutely.
hit it. So, just so everybody knows, the DC is 15 plus the spell's level.
Oh, nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
It comes up often in our other campaign.
Oh,
So what were
23
your...
insight?
Okay. What was... Fa, did you roll?
who was casting this?
The big guy.
The large
Big
one.
guy.
The big guy. Okay, well, I need... So, the question is, I need a reaction to cast Counterspell. So if I identify it, is that causing...
Yeah, that if you identify it, that already takes your reaction, so you
Correct.
can't counter if you identify something.
So I will not.
I rolled a 23, so maybe.
With a 23 Insight, Sun Kong, you're not incredibly versed with magic, but you've
No, yeah.
seen this somewhere before, perhaps against some foes you faced. This is the spell Slow, and it is being cast centered on all of you.
Yeah.
I'm not the best with this, but I think he's trying to slow us down.
Counterspell! As a reaction, I'll use my counterspell. I have to first make a DC 16 Arcana check to see if this works.
Yeah, you got it. He's got it. No problem, guys. He's got it.
Luke, why would you...
Ain't no thing.
You have an
Ain't no
inspiration.
thing.
You have an inspiration. You have
Oh yeah, you have
Fine.
inspiration if you need it.
No, I know.
VD's is really good.
Fuck. Oh gosh. Yeah. I'll use this. Not for the good part, but for the bad, ugly, stupid, dumb advantage part. Which I
Okay.
passed. God damn it.
Hey.
So I
Still.
But you could have not passed it.
Which I believe counterspell is the third level or lower. It automatically fails his spell. Otherwise, I have to make another DC check, which is
No. That's what your check was for.
that was to get my. This is the apparatus. I'm casting everything through this apparatus. I'm
Uh-oh.
telling you guys.
Uh-oh.
So if his spell is third level or lower, it automatically fails. Otherwise, I have to make another, and that is the DC for the check if I need to make one.
The larger spirit jam holds up a hand and begins casting this slow spell. Fa lifts up her Mizium apparatus, this glove on her, or gauntlet around her fist. It lights up with lines of glowing energy. You all watch as the spirit jam waits and pulls back and says, "I see you have tricked Okay, we should be back. Sorry about whatever that was. Power outage. It's been storming all night and all day over here, so... Where were we in the initiative? It was Biggie's turn. Fa, you had counterspelled.
Yeah.
And it was not pleased with that. And will... move here.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
And it ends its turn. And Vidi, you're up.
VD.
In Vidi.
It's gonna stare this bad guy down. Raise a palm. Begin to just crush his hand and start bending light around the target. And use Warlock Mire of the Mind to cast slow.
Nice.
Oh, what a
Juicy.
fucking...
Who has been holding on to it for an entire level without a chance to use it.
Nice. Nice. What level spell is that?
5th level spell slot slow.
Oh, because he's a warlock, you have to cast it at 5th level.
I have to cast it at max. I have no low level spell slots. So you alter time around up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot radius. Also, little buddy. Each target must succeed on a wisdom save or be affected by the spell for the duration. The wisdom save is going to be 18.
It sees you casting this spell and says, "Not so fast,"
Is he also going to counterspell it?
and casts its own counter spell.
And I react to his counter spell with my counter spell.
I think he can. I think he's done this before.
That's a cool
I
stack.
think you can, actually. I think that's how this works. At least by the book.
The rules lawyers want to gavel me down on that one.
I'm pretty sure you can, yes.
Yeah.
You're using your
I think you've done
reaction
it
to do
before.
it.
I remember a Jeremy Crawford Twitter thread about this somewhere.
And he was like, check the PHB page 137 and see how magic items react to spells. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks for the great non-answer.
So then if I'm allowed to do it, the other hand is going to quickly swat. Because he's
Not my
within
tempo.
range. Yeah, exactly.
Now, for
Uh,
counter spell, let's take a look here. You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell 3rd level or lower, its spell fails and has no effect.
For NVIDIA, it's 5th level.
Yeah, so it's 5th level or higher, or 5th level or lower.
You
Gotta be equal
Oh,
to.
yeah. He's got to make a thing, right?
it
No,
throws
it cancels if it's lower than if it's 5 or lower. It cancels.
Shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
it throws its hands up to counter spell your slow NVD, but you throw up your other hand and counter spell that counter. Welcome to MTG.
Yeah.
I knock his hands back down as he's trying to cast.
Welcome to Wizard Duels above level 10.
Okay, so your slow spell takes effect.
1 and 2.
What do?
lot.
So
It
both
does
of them are slowed now, and I kind of let out a huge gasp of air because I just pumped out a massive amount of energy in a short amount of time.
They need to succeed on a wisdom saving throw first, however.
18.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Such a high.
Nasty
boy. I
Yeah,
can
it's
go full bore, but only a couple of times.
So-
I have to work, or I'm completely useless.
You said both it and the smaller form in front of it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a 40 radius when I cast slow. So
Smaller form rolls a 19 total. Larger form almost auto crits with a 21 total.
Oh, no.
It's my true roles.
We just watched like fucking like DBZ like fucking Kamehameha wave clash, and then all of a sudden both of the waves just ran out of power.
I will move.
You need more kick to your magic, boy.
I agree. Since I'm slowed because, what was his name? Not Ruhind? Because I have Ruhind with me.
Oh, Ruhind.
Slowed 10, so I can only move 20. I'm going to move right in front of Zix. Kind of do the, we stopped really fast. Someone put my hand up to seatbelt you. In front of it. And yell, Sun Kong, let's get wild.
Do this.
Calling back to our tag team.
Oh.
And pass my turn.
Sun Kong, you get your fists and quarterstaff ready. However, you notice that the larger spirit gem is gazing at you. Its eyes gleam with an unnatural light. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
It's not horrible. Wisdom's not horrible.
Hey.
15 total?
That would be it.
There is something about the larger spirit gem's form that throws you off. You feel your body almost resist trying to attempt to head towards it. You are frightened.
Oh.
I don't think I have anything for that. Well,
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
I will go ahead and try it again right away.
So it's technically your turn. So if you want to do anything first, you can. Otherwise, at the end of your turn, you can make the check.
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
And keep in mind, it was only from the larger one, none of the others.
Yeah. I can't. Let's see. Disadvantage, ability. Well, I don't have. I can still do this. I'm gonna go ahead and drink one of my potion of greater heroes. So that gives me the blessed spell for an hour plus 10 temp HP. And then I will. Well, might as well try. God bless. Not gonna put. Wait. Now I know it says I can't move towards like what I'm threatened of, but so would I be okay moving this way, even though it's kind of. I'm assuming.
Oh.
I'll say yeah.
Okay.
You're not heading towards this one, or like in that direction, so sure. Plus, I could make up some shit where I'd say you'd have to do a large U around, but
Right.
of course you have enough space to do that anyway, so. You could run around. Sun Kong takes off and runs around the back of the ship and does a full lap around to the other side.
That's awesome, actually.
I didn't know. I thought that was just. Is that frightened also? I might.
Yeah,
Can
charm
I
and
edit my turn? It is. Okay. Can I edit my turn then? I'm sorry.
What do you want to do?
Use stillness of mind.
You use stillness of mind. You feel the invisible barrier that wants to keep you away from the creature dissipate as you center yourself along with Roshi. You are no longer frightened.
Sick.
Okay. Yeah, I use that, but that is my action, right? Yeah. So, then I will not take the I'll do that instead of taking the potion this time.
Sure.
Because I can't do both. And then I would do what I want. Don't get too far away now, and I'll end my turn here.
Okay. You catch up to the larger form, standing your ground. Aesop, you're up.
I whip around and throw a holy bomb at this guy.
Okay.
Yep. That's a critical fail, ladies and gentlemen. That's a
Oh my
critical
goodness.
Failure.
Oh, hey, that's a bad boy card for Luke now.
Hey,
too.
hey,
Ruh-roh.
you're trying to get the whole power 9 here?
I
Let's
almost have one for everybody. Almost.
it's fucking Jason collecting infinities.
All
Aesop-
things perfectly balanced.
Aesop dejected flies up 15 feet into the air over here and ends his turn.
You watch as your potion just like leaves the bubble of gravity of the geodesic ship and just floats in space past you.
Well, I tried, friends. Goodbye.
What did it cost you?
One of 32 bombs.
You watch as the one to the north zips around over here. And then, similarly, Aesop, you watch as this one zips over to you.
But remember, I'm 15 feet in the air.
Oh, I see. Okay, very good. It does not lift itself in the air to try and catch you or anything. It is on the surface of the geodesic ship. Jira, do you want to do anything?
Jira wants to jump on MVD's shoulder.
Okay. Anything else to Jira?
Nope.
All right, Glace.
Can I activate my Shakti?
You can, using, I believe, a bonus action. How are you activating it? What command word are you using?
Okay, this is really cheesy, but she's going to yell out Fortissimo, and it's gonna create that armor around her with
So cool.
+3 quarterstaff.
The anklet almost turns into a liquid of rainbow scintillating colors that shifts up your legs, covering your form in a metallic looking armor and a pearl-esque mic staff forming in your hand.
Wow, and that was all bonus action. I wasn't expecting that. Okay,
Fuck them up.
I will use... Oh, I will try to use Hold Monster on... you know what? No, I'm sorry. I'll just try to go ahead and Frenzy Bolt.
Who you Frenzy Bolton?
The big one.
Okay.
Okay, that might not. Oh, that might. 18 versus AC?
18 versus AC?
That's right.
That hits.
Oh my god, okay. Ignore the... Okay. 3d8... Oh, come on. Here we go.
Oh.
19 random damage, and it was a 9, so the roll itself was odd.
Oh, does that mean it arcs?
It arcs.
Hell
Let's-
yeah.
Let's go to...
19 cold damage.
Alright.
Splashes into the large Spirit Jam's form.
It leaps to the one in front of it
Hell yeah.
for another 9. It's gonna leap again! So
Oh.
the random damage that's dealt to the little baby is 12.
That is 12 thunder damage.
It's gonna leap again to... Let's see.
Oh, my beer's here. BRB.
I guess it will leap to this one since it's the closest one. That is a critical fail.
Oh, I already have a crit card for you. Your spell shoots off past the second smaller one out into the comet field surrounding the ship. But you did nail 2 of them with that, Glace.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all I can do.
The smaller spirit jam cackles. Moving up to Sun Kong. It's grounded, but it like almost just floats across the geodesic ship, its feet hanging slightly like a foot off of the ground, moving its way over to you. Fa, you're up.
Hiya! Glace, I was gonna do the same thing as Glace, but at 3rd level, so I get 2 bolts out of this, and each of them has the propensity to jump.
Yeah.
So the first one is gonna be.
Is this coming out of the glove?
No. This is.
Okay.
This is mine. To hit bonus. See. I know. Plus 8. We need 13. Does 13 hit?
It flies wide out into wild space.
Oh.
Fuck. That's alright. I got another one. The second bolt comes down here to that one.
Okay.
That's another plus 8. Sweet, 23.
That's gonna hit.
Odd, so it'll leap. Let's just figure out who it hits and then we can come back for damage, or how you want to do it.
This is cold damage again. This is how much damage was that?
It's 10.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. It leaps. Who does it hit?
Then it's just gonna go to
Okay.
the big guy, plus 8. 14.
You watch as the larger spirit gem form does a twist rolling in the air as it shoots past it.
Please, I cast it and didn't get as many jumps as
The power of chaos.
It's behind.
Oh, I forgot I can move on my turn. That's okay. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Anything else, Fa?
That'll be good.
Okay. Hang on just a second. Okay. This little one, or the medium-sized one, moves right here and reaches out its hands. A wave of arcane energy blows out from its form. I need Nvidi, Glace, Ringkaz. Aesop was 15 feet in the air, but that will still technically hit him. So everyone except Sun Kong, please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Is it a magical spell or effect?
This is a natural ability of this creature.
Okay. Con save, you said?
A Constitution saving throw, please.
I'd like to do an advantage, please. With my card.
Did you roll a natural one?
I did it earlier, yeah, on the history check.
Okay. You can use that. I'll just play this along with it.
Okay, so it's going to be at advantage, but roll a 12.
Yeah, whatever the higher one is, give me a d12 and subtract it.
Sure.
Also, Glace, you go ahead and give me that too.
Oh no. Okay.
Man.
Is Luke still gone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, he's back. He's back. He's getting back.
Oh, you just got back. Good timing, sir. Good timing.
Oh, I need to make a con save? Is that
Yeah,
what's happening?
please.
Yes.
Nope.
A burst of energy explodes from the one next to Nvidi and Glace. It reaches up to get you. Let me see everyone and your rolls. Let me just double check. Blah, 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 blah. Oh boy.
If a 16 doesn't save, I have Indomitable.
A 16 does not save Rinkaz.
Holy shit.
Alright. Does a 27 save?
A 27 does save, so you'll take half of 22 necrotic damage.
Owie!
So 11 points of necrotic damage. Aesop, you take 26 points of necrotic damage. And Vidi, you take 26 points of necrotic damage. Glace, you take 21 points of necrotic damage. Fa, you take 19 points of necrotic damage.
Can we get a drink to Indomitable working for the first time since I've gotten the damn ability?
Too indomitable.
Not out of that cup.
It cackles as the disruptive energy is loosed from its form, hitting a number of you. Rinkaz, you're up.
Listen here, Chuckles. I've had enough of your shit. This is 25.
What?
Move 25 feet.
Oh, okay.
Point my pistol at. Take a deep breath and pray. 27.
27 hits. You hitting the one that just did that?
Big guy.
Big guy, okay.
For 10 damage magical.
Alright. You blast through his form with a shot.
23 on the next attack.
That hits.
For 14 magical damage.
Alright.
One more attack. Is a 15?
15 goes wide.
How's he look?
It is difficult to tell. Give me a Arcana nature check. Something like that.
Alright, anything intelligent based. That's a +0 to all of it, so let's go. That's a 3.
You have no idea.
Alright.
Anything else Rink has?
That's it.
It grits its teeth. The larger one does, at least. And says, I see some of you are innately intelligible with the arcane arts. I suppose I could always try alternative methods. And it points... Hang on. It points a finger back at you, Fa.
Is it casting a spell?
It looks as though it is attempting to cast a spell.
Counter spell.
Just not even.
Oh my god.
This is not third level or lower.
I have to see if it even works. 20 plus 4 DC is 16 to see if we can counter spell.
Make a fireball. Make a fireball.
Alright, cool. So then our D24, and then this will be the spell DC set by the level. Is it a... oh shit. Is it a level 3 or lower?
It is not.
It hits me.
You all watch as the glove, the gauntlet held up by Fa, attempts to counterspell. You're not sure if it has worked or not when you watch as Fa disappears.
Oh,
Shit.
Bye!
she just vanished.
Fa, you were just standing on the geodesic ship when now you find yourself in what looks like a corridor that seems to lead down a ways before turning a corner. And behind you, you see it fork into two other paths in almost a labyrinthine manner.
That's worse than banishment, by the way.
Okay, this thing is going to cackle as it moves. Right here. And it ends its turn, and Viti, you're up.
Okay. The little one in front of me. It's I'd like to cast a sacred flame on it.
Okay.
Since it's within range.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. It's a DC 17 deck save. I didn't mean to hit that before I asked you to roll.
It's okay. It fails.
Okay, so then it'll take 12 plus 5 radiant, so 17 radiant.
Nice. You burn into its form. It shifts back. Pieces of its arcane form begin to nearly dissolve and break up, but it retains itself barely.
Quickly look around at all the chaos.
You don't see Fa.
Can I tap my communicator? Ah.
Oh no.
You hear nothing.
Oh no.
I feel really bad. Everybody else looks okay. Pass my turn.
Sun Kong, you are up.
All right. Well, this has been fun, but I'm tired of this. So this time I am drinking my potion of Greater Hero. Got that
Nice.
plus 10 temp HP and less for an hour. I will attack this little bastard in front of me.
Okay.
Let's see, with my quarterstaff. $27 to hit, 12 damage.
Remember, Bless is giving you a 1d4.
Oh yeah, and
Is it a bonus action or something to drink that?
oh, I'm sorry. I'm using a my action surge as well.
Oh, gotcha. You smash into it for the 12 damage.
And then I is that D? I thought I rolled D4. D4. Where are we? A 1. And then 25 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Alright.
Is that another 7 damage?
Yes.
Okay. You smash into it. It has a translucency, but you're still able to contact, punching through some of its arcane form.
And then I will use my extra bonus unarmed strike.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna hit.
Another 7 damage.
For an additional 7, you let loose a volley of attacks that pound into it.
I will then I'm gonna use I'm done.
Okay, Aesop.
Hey, I take out some Serum 22 and as a bonus action inject it into my vein. You all see some of Aesop's wounds close up as it causes him to regain 12 hit points. And I'm gonna fly this way, farther away from the rest of the group in case there's any big old blasty things. And let's try again with the Holy Bomb. Kia! That's a 10 to hit. That's a 2, folks. I rolled a 2. Rolled a 2.
That's
Rolling
gonna
a
miss.
2. Check out that damage roll. Check out that damage roll.
How
On
you do
that.
it? That's how you do it.
Kill myself? I'm done.
Let's see here. This one's going to maintain where it is. This other one's going to maintain where it is. Jir, do you want to do anything?
Gonna stay on my shoulder and just hold a action to cast channeled spells.
Okay, Glace, you're up.
Glace will activate her distracting beauty. It turns into glory.
Your glory surrounds you. You watch as your armor scintillates with an extreme amount of colorful motes. Everyone who sees Glace, her form is practically stunning to watch. It's almost hard to see her and the pure brilliance of the motes surrounding her.
Good to hear. I did want to give Aesop a little bardic inspiration, and
Thank you. Thank you.
I am done.
Okay. It cackles as you step up to the larger Spirit Jam form. The smaller one next to you, Sun Kong, will do nothing. Fa,
Alright.
you find yourself in what looks like some type of labyrinth. Marble or stone-like white walls surround you. You could make an intelligence check to attempt to use your smarts to find a way out of this place. A base intelligence check. That'll be your action if you choose to do so.
4. Nope. 13.
You turn a corner, trying to use everything you've learned about the arcane arts and how to find some pocket or rift out of this maze-like place and back into the fray, and unfortunately are unable to do so. Anything else, Fa?
Hello? No.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry, I said no.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we didn't hear you. Let's see here. Hang on just a second. The one next to you, NVD, despite looking worse for wear, raises up a hand and attempts to make contact by touching you. That is a natty 20.
Right.
You feel a strange energy pulse through you from its touch. You take 10 cold damage and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Come on, Vivi, you can do it.
Okay. Again, yeah, if it's a save against spells or magical effects, I'm gonna get advantage.
This is a natural ability.
All right, I'm gonna not ask anymore. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just letting you know. You can keep asking.
17.
Close. You feel your form seize up and find yourself paralyzed.
Oh, God.
This is bad.
You can attempt to repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Rinkaz, you're up.
Well, this ain't looking good. Oh, shut up, Chuckles. Alright, I'm gonna move a couple squares. answered. 3 more attack.
On the big one?
Yep.
Okay.
The hurt 13 hit.
13 goes wide. It misses.
19.
19's going to hit.
10.
Okay. 27's going to hit. You fire off a volley of shots.
For 12. Say that's it.
Okay. It is the big one's turn. It's going to shift right here, Glace, out of your range, so you can try to swipe at it if you'd like.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
Okay, well, with my +3 quarterstaff, that's
Mhm.
let's see, 9. It's gonna be a 15.
You get close, but it just swings just a bit wide as it almost like kicks back through the air away from you. I remember you, it says, pointing a finger at you, Sun Kong. You hit me so many times.
That tracks.
Sounds right.
A smile
do it again,
forms
too.
on its face, and it says, Don't worry. I don't think you will. And it begins pointing a finger your way.
Oh, fuck!
It is casting some sort of spell.
I will try to use my reaction to make an Arcana check on that bad boy.
Okay.
It's a 21, so if it is a... No, sorry, it's a 22.
Okay.
So if it's a 7th level spell or below,
Or
I know
lower?
what it is. Yeah.
Aesop, I don't know if you've seen this spell in person, but
I've
you
heard about
know what it is.
Oh,
You
boy.
watch a small green dot appears at the end of its fingers. It is attempting to cast at Sun Kong Disintegrate.
Oh!
Okay, question. I'm being annoying tonight, I'm sorry.
Do it.
Counterspell just says somatic. If I'm paralyzed, I can't use it or can use it.
Paralyzed is you can only
It-
speak falteringly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can only mumble while you're paralyzed.
You can get words out, but not at a level enough to cast spells.
Frick.
Oh.
A thin green ray springs from its finger towards you, Sun Kong. Please give me a dexterity saving
Oh.
throw.
No, this isn't so bad. If
Okay, okay.
he dodges it.
I
And-
can re-roll it.
You were one of the ones who rolled a bad boy card?
No, I have not.
You have not? Okay.
No, I have not.
Just making sure.
And luckily I've got that whatever it is from being a monkey that lets me re-roll if
Just
I
roll.
fail.
Oh, okay, that's the save for sure.
but I rolled a 22.
You quickly dodge out of the way of this thin green ray that continues. You watch as the ray connects with a passing asteroid, and you watch as the whole thing, in complete silence, just turns to dust
Oh.
in wild space.
Gotta be quicker than that, buddy.
You're right.
Don't tempt him, Sun Kong. Please stop.
And Viti, you are up. However, you are paralyzed.
I'm paralyzed. Okay.
Does he get a saving throw?
At the
At the
end
sa-
of your turn, you can repeat your saving throw.
At the end of my turn, here's another question. Again, I don't get paralyzed that often. My healing light just says as a bonus action it has no components.
Healing light's an action. You're paralyzed. You can't
Paralyzed.
take any,
Okay,
any
then
action.
can I just save then?
Yeah, if you just want to skip to try and break yourself out of this.
I cannot do another thing then.
I believe.
Con save, you said?
This is going to be a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
That's a 15.
You try to free yourself from this paralyzing grasp that has surrounded your body and are unable to do so.
We've all been there, buddy.
It happens. It's my turn.
are you blessed?
Sun,
Huh?
Are you blessed?
No, I gave that to Sun Kong.
Oh, sorry.
Sun Kong, you are up.
Regretting that.
A disintegration ray nearly hit you.
This little guy, he's annoying, but you're getting on my nerves. So I am going to attack him. I believe I'm close enough. I put my hands together, bring him close in, start concentrating for a key wave blast.
Okay, a ball of light forms in between your connected palms.
And I'm going to channel, I believe it's up to half, right? Yeah, 5 key points into it.
Holy shit.
Oh,
A wave of energy begins to reverberate.
Advantage or not? You know what? Yeah, I want this to hurt. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my advantage.
Okay.
That's just advantage.
Sure.
And I still have my bless also.
it's a big old vein in his forehead. Papa bless.
So
I mean,
a
it
22,
already
I'm assuming, hits regardless of bless, right?
Well, are you just rolling with that 22 or no?
I mean, well, let me roll the 22, 25. Yeah, 25.
You fire off a key wave blast. It expands out in a wave of bluish light energy. Glace, you watch as this key wave fires past you, engulfing the larger spirit gem in front of you.
Oh. Good.
And when you get a +1 roll from the chat, which I got, I can use that in like damage rolls.
You can use that for any roll you like.
Sweet. I'm gonna add it to this +1 to this damage.
Sure.
So because I added 5 key points,
Holy shit.
24 force damage. Could have been better, but could have been worse.
Still strong stuff and magically fueled, always helpful.
Oh,
You fire a beam of pure key energy into the creature. It tries to push through your wave as it dissipates. You see a number of pieces of translucent energy surrounding it flecked away from your blast.
and there's more than where that came from. And I will end my turn.
Aesop, you're up.
All right, enough of dealing with these small fries. I'm gonna try to fly towards the boss. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. And I am going to throw a holy bomb at the big guy this time. I'm
Oh.
gonna five.
Oh.
Oh no.
What is happening?
Oh. Oh
Oh.
no.
God, this is
Oh no.
What
the
is
second time,
happening?
like the second session that he just can't like fucking get shit.
Ready
do
to
it.
retire Aesop.
Oh.
About ready to retire Aesop. About,
I'm so
about
sorry.
ready to give up adventuring forever.
Second coming of cost.
Oh no.
You watch as it like flips backwards out of the way.
Someone resurrect Cause so I can play someone else, please. 'Cause
Oh.
clearly this character is cursed.
Want to play Stray?
No,
Storm Sorcerer.
I want to die.
Anything else, Aesop? I'm very sorry.
No, Jason,
Okay.
I'm done.
These two smaller ones stay their ground. Is Jira doing anything?
Jira is same thing, just getting ready to cast a channeled spell, but he's gonna be
Trying to
It's
poke you with its barbed tail to work you out of this paralysis.
slapping me on the face with his tail.
Yeah. Glace, you're up.
Look at those damage rolls too. Wow. 12,
Yeah.
11, 6. That's tasty.
I'm going to cast Frenzy Bolt at level 3. So, let me roll this bad boy. First one's gonna be going towards the big guy.
Okay.
Oh god, really? Okay, well, 11 to hit him.
11 unfortunately misses.
Yeah, holy shit. Okay, second one will be going at the one in front of it, Indeedy. 24 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Well, it's gonna
That's
also
up.
leap. So that's gonna hit him for 17 random damage.
It
And
dissipates.
It leads to his little buddy over here.
You watch as this smaller form of the spirit gem pops.
15.
15 unfortunately misses.
This isn't using. I don't have my +3 implement in here. Does it? Does
Oh,
that
well-
matter at all?
That uses your implement.
Yeah, that so 18 overall then?
Yeah.
That hits.
Well, it's a +1 right now, so it'd be 17.
That hits. That
Just hit.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and it was a 9, so it's gonna leap, I think. +9.
Hell yeah.
No, it's 9.
Oh.
6. Okay. So it hits him for
Oh.
18 damage.
Oh.
nice. A splattering of damage as it is burned by your fire volleyball.
I give Bardic Inspiration to Indeedy.
Oh, that's great.
Nice. Okay. This one next to Sun Kong holds its place. It holds its place.
Alright.
Fa, you are in a maze-like labyrinth. It seems to just carry on forever. There is a ceiling here that goes up about 10 feet. Otherwise, every corner you turn simply leads to more twists and turns. You can make another intelligence check if you'd like. I can't hear you if you're talking.
18.
Okay. You attempt to find your way out again, looking for any sort of magical crease or a pocket to slip through, and are unable to find one.
Ooh, this is so brutal.
It's nasty. That's nasty.
Yeah.
Rinkaz, you're up.
I look to him and I shrug and say, my pistol needs to reload, and my revolver jam. What am I gonna do, my friend? What am I gonna do?
Oh, Rinkaz.
I ask him this question.
You're going to die when I kill you in just a few seconds.
Oh, awesome. Oh, I forgot I have this, and I pull out Zerip. I would like to pull out my blitz cannon and take a shot at him. I'm
Nice,
gonna move
nice.
1 to 10 feet closer to him.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna use a point of grit so I can gain advantage on.
Oof! Oh!
Does a 13 hit?
The cannon fires, but it quickly shifts out of the way. I'm more nimble than you think.
That's a shame. I guess I'll have to do it again. I'll spend another point of grit.
Nice.
I know.
I just want to die.
Does a
Keep going like
29 hit?
A 29 hits.
It has a scatter property. An attack is made against each creature within 30-foot cone. If an affected creature is adjacent to you, they suffer double damage on the hit. This weapon does 2d10.
So 20 points of damage.
Only 14 plus 5. 19.
19? Okay. You blast into it, tearing chunks of its arcane form, ripping them apart.
And I'll take my third shot. 19.
You have a bad boy card here with me?
I do.
I'm going to ask you to please give me a d12 roll.
Oh, come
Ones
on.
and 12s, ones and 12s.
May I offset that with a... no, it's too late because it's added afterwards.
Do it. Do it. Give me that one. Show me that one.
1.
It's rolling. No, that's 11.
11 misses, unfortunately.
I'm going to have to use my action surge then to take 3 more attacks.
Oh my god. Fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Fighter.
I was waiting. I wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to, like, die and turn into, like, 12 more creatures. But screw it. 29.
Oh, nasty.
Oh,
29 hits.
whew. Giving me the vapors.
Oh my god.
You
That's
love
36
You love
necrotic damage.
Nice, nice. You blast into it for a huge chunk of damage. You can now see one of its arcane arms seems to be just barely made up of like translucent energy, completely blasted off.
I pray this isn't Cooi. Sorry. And I take my second on my second round of attack. 15.
That misses.
And my last. I can't pull anything else. 14.
Oh,
That misses.
Can we have worse luck this con? This is some of the worst universal luck I think I've ever seen.
That's it.
Solid damage despite some of those misses, Rinkaz.
Thank you, sir. That's it.
You all are terrible, terrible.
We just
Oh,
got back from hell. Cut us some slack.
I'll send you straight back there. It shifts away from you, Rinkaz, by 1 space out of your range.
Bite it. Bite its face. Bite its dumb face.
I'll take a bite at it. I mean, why not? Yeah, 2 plus like 2. So I missed.
Yeah, that's unfortunately gonna miss. It is going to, let's see, it's gonna move. It holds its arms into the air with what broken, eviscerated, ephemeral arm it has left on one side. It is casting some type of spell.
I'll do a
Reaction.
insight.
Oh,
Oh,
a stop.
cool. Hey,
Oh, the
Jason.
feeling.
Hey, Jason. What's the spell? Just give me my fucking good boy card and tell me what the goddamn spell is, please.
Oh, hang on, not that deck. That's
What was that deck?
That's don't worry about that deck. Take your good boy card.
Just what's the spell?
You can see out in wild space, headed down towards you, appears a massively souped up fireball. centered right in between all of you.
Uh-oh! Aesop says, "That's a firebolt. Does everyone see the fireball?"
Oh, I wish I didn't see it. Oh.
I did. Wish I didn't, but I did.
Anyway, there's a fireball.
I can't do anything about it.
Sounds like there's a fireball coming.
Oh, yes. Sun Kong, in case you weren't aware, there's a fireball coming.
I'd like to use a point of luck on my save.
It's just gonna launch it like right here.
Goodness for my bless.
Oh no, Nvidia! Nvidia auto fails this.
You see a massive hurtling ball of pure flame, larger than you've ever seen before, headed towards the surface of the geodesic ship.
Don't like it, don't care for it.
I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yes, thank goodness.
Oh! Ah! Ah!
Wow.
I hate my life!
Wow.
Bailey, you will tell no one about this day. I don't care if it's...
Okay, Dex.
Hey, Jason, do I
just
succeed?
because.
That's a 29.
32.
Oh, fuck.
Is this a magical thing? Because I have advantage against it. Can I do that? Fireball's magical, right?
It is
Fireball
magical.
Okay.
Definitely magical.
Okay, well, 18.
And so let's go one by one. Aesop, you had a natty 20.
It's a 28, and I have evasion, so Aesop is like, peace, and flies out of the way.
A massive ball of flame plummets, smashing into the geodesic ship. Flame, just like a river of flame, just expounds from this point of impact across the surface. Aesop, you using your wings, quickly take up to the air,
Nope,
dodging
nope.
all shrapnel. Glace, what'd you get?
18.
Glace,
Hit me.
the
Hit me,
fireball
Daddy.
connects right where Aesop was before taking flight. A column of fire erupts around you. You take 55 points of fire damage.
I'm down.
Wow.
The flame knocks you off your feet, Glace. And things go black. Ringkaz, what was your save?
17. How big's the radius on this?
Oh, it's a big one.
Does it
Let's-
hit any of his goons?
Let's see, I'm gonna show to others. He did it right here. That is going to hit everything on here, including himself.
Sweet Sephiroth, why?
Ringkaz, you take 56 points of fire damage.
I've seen worse.
As a wave of flame erupts around you. Sun Kong!
32 with evasion.
Oh, Sun Kong and I are hunky-dory.
You kickflip up into the air. And Vidi, you're paralyzed, brother.
Oh, man.
Staring into the abyss.
I wish for loops, brother.
Give me the loops, brother.
I'm assuming this is gonna hit.
If
It
he's paralyzed,
says-
it auto hits.
Yeah, paralyzes automatically fails strength and dex saving throws.
You take 48 points of fire damage.
Oh, but
This
you
will
have
be halved because of my tattoo, the burning sun.
Very
giving me fire.
nice. Even in your paralyzed state, the singe of the flames is extremely hot, burning your skin and uniform, but you resist, taking only 24 points of fire damage as it
froze, right?
washes over you. It doesn't hit Fa because Fa's in a maze. These things are going to attempt to save.
They all naturally succeed.
This one is liquidated.
Yikes.
I'm glad I didn't focus on the little guys. Oh wait, I did.
This one is liquidated. That one rolls a natty 1, is liquidated. This one... A reaction, when can you use that?
You can use a reaction whenever.
At
as
any
long as
point.
it's valid.
So, well, this is just a save, not versus AC. It cackles as the flames erupt over it, and its form dissipates into nothing.
You're fucking crazy! What the fuck?
Killed itself?
Wait, what happened? And Fa was lost forever in the maze.
Fa, you look around, aggravated that you can't find some point to exit from. Looking around, you quickly turn another corner in this maze-like place and find yourself standing again on the geodesic ship. You see a huge area that looks as though it was singed by fire that covers nearly the entire side of the geodesic ship.
Fool was felled by his own ignorance. Pick up Glace with Sun Kong off the ground.
Yeah. Do we need to give a potion, or you got this, right?
I have everything under control, yeah.
Okay.
I give Glace a potion of greater healing. Get her up off the ground.
Okay.
It's 44 plus 4.
Alright.
Oh, someone check around to make sure he's not hiding or something.
I
How
take
would
a
you like
perception check.
Sure.
Oh! What a waste. God damn it.
Hey, do you have a good boy card?
I don't, but I'll take it.
You should take one. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. To get it at the end of the game. Well, almost.
Sun Kong, in the center area where Cooi was originally laid, you now see floating above the surface a small ball, like a fist-sized ball of scintillating bluish purple, maybe pinkish energy that just shifts through the air.
I think she's here.
Six.
She's here.
As Zix stares on, let me get my clownfish stuff back up. Hang on just a second. My voice changer. Forgot to restart that back up. So many programs. So much time. There was time now.
What is time?
Do I sound like Zix?
Say something again.
Do I sound like Zix?
You sound like a
Mm.
Jason.
You sound
No.
like Jason doing Zix.
No, you don't.
What? How about now?
No.
No.
Okay, fuck it. We'll run without it. You all turn to Zix. Now seeing this small mote of purplish pink energy, wisps of what look like arcane energy kind of whipping around it. Zix turns to you all and says, "There it is. Your friend's core. Her soul. Now, let's head back to the..."
Okay.
Zix stands there, not speaking, almost as if they are trapped or
No.
frozen.
No.
You watch as the rocks and large asteroids around the ship slow down. You peer around. And appearing close where Zix is a figure. It's as if he was not there at 1 second and now
hello.
is.
Oh no!
He looks to be human with slick back hair, large black collared coat that seems lined with golden buttons at the sides. His eyes flash with a gold brilliance. He seems familiar. As you all take notice of him, he looks around, almost as if studying the ship. He looks to meet your eyes, staring back at him, and he says, "Excuse me, what year is it?"
Tell the year. Just
Yeah.
tell him the year.
It's
10,
Twixt
right?
time.
No, 100. 110.
Yeah, 100 and
102.
102.
TT.
Close. Yeah, 102 TT.
He's quiet for a moment before saying, "Wild Tycoons.
Who?
We've heard some things about you. We are excited to meet you. Well, I am, at least. How is your research on Twilight going?"
Slow but steady. We've become a little distracted, I suppose.
Everyone make a history check.
Ooh, I'm good at that. Okay, alright. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is actually happening?
I'm
Did you
kind
not
of jealous.
submit your payment?
Well, I mean,
This
that's
is how it
that's a
balances
great
out.
roll. That's a 25 total.
That balances out, Luke.
He
I'm
knows
telling you.
everything.
They're like, "We're just gonna adjust this wherever we feel like."
Yeah, great, thanks.
Glace, and especially Aesop, you remember this is exactly what this figure said last time when you noticed him appearing on your astrolabe. You watch as they look around curiously.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, you've met a. I mean, you sent a message to us before. Remember?
He looks at you, Glace, and smiles with a pearly white smile. And just as he was there, he disappears.
No.
I don't like that.
Can we do
Nope.
some kind of check to see what he like? If he was like human, or if his features were something that we know of as a race.
You can give me any type of check you would
Oh,
like.
I'm gonna nature check the fuck out of that. If it was another 20, I was gonna shit my pants. But that's an 18.
I'll do history for 2. Guess that's not gonna happen.
Being in VD, 18 in Nature Club.
Sun Kong, that's a D4.
7.
Oh, I see. Brinkaz, are you adding anything to that roll?
You both
It's a
have
15.
Oh,
BD?
I have Bardic Inspiration I need to use.
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
the
right.
die size?
Bardic
D10?
Inspo is a D10.
Ooh. Well, that's a 27 then.
You did a nature check, Aesop?
Yeah, nature check, 27.
And in VD, you did a similar nature check. Most of you notice that despite the way he keeps himself and the way he speaks seems a little off-putting. He seems like a normal-looking human, besides the strange, unique features. And VD, he seems human, but something seems off. You can't put your finger on it. And Aesop, there is something about the brilliance of his eyes. Like, he looks like he's human, but it's almost as if there's something behind those eyes, and you can't put your finger on it. You all also smell the brief smell of brimstone.
I don't like him. I don't
Similar
like him. I
to
don't know who he
pit
is, but I
stuff?
don't like him.
Well, yes, but nothing you guys have smelled in this world.
Oh.
The rocks around you begin moving again.
Oh God, what the hell was that smell? Oh, Jesus.
That was evil, my friend.
Zix says, "Interior of the ship, quickly. We don't have much time."
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, do we just grab it and okay, crystal communicator.
Zix steps over and opens their palms and sort of like cups the energy into their hands and steps over to you with the crystal communicator. You all begin placing your hands on it. Aesop, in the back of your mind, you hear, "Time. Time is all you have."
Oh my god.
And you all warp back into the ship.
We haven't heard the last of that fellow, Glace.
Yeah.
I think Jira poofed again from that fireball.
Oh.
Oh,
Probably.
no,
Yeah, I
our
think
little
Jira's
baby.
dead.
Our little baby.
Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, buddy. Goodbye, Jira. It's nice knowing you.
He'll come back
One day. One day, Jira.
eventually.
Let's do one of these.
Whoever it is, it's not concerned with Cooi, it's concerned with us.
Or, more pointedly, probably the rest of the lot. Far excluded.
Glace Clatter looks fucked up. Its form is incredibly charred.
Oh.
It looks like it will take some time to have to repair itself. But in the meantime, you find yourself stepping back onto the ship. Hang on, let me move you over on the map. Whoop!
Oh, we didn't ask a name. That would have been helpful.
Yeah, I mean, damn. It's like the exact same thing that we were like questioning, like, I don't know. It's alright. Well, next time maybe, hopefully. I don't
No,
know.
we'll probably be just as surprised as the previous two
Well,
times.
maybe
And
we
then
can do some kind of research on him now before he comes
Started
back.
like babes in the woods, we will, like we always do when presented with these opportunities.
Chemo, you watch as the others appear in a flash of light back in mission control. He is stoic and quiet.
Well,
He is so quiet.
Zix takes this small mote of bluish purple energy and reaching into his coat pockets, or their coat pockets, you also now notice as you're looking at Zix, it doesn't look like Zix has taken any form of damage from anything that happened in that battle.
Powerful.
oh.
Zix retrieves that off-white looking egg. You watch as Zix, with one hand cupping the mote of light, slowly, with two fingers holding the ends of the egg, lifts the egg up and places it inside this core. The egg slowly is covered by this brilliant light. Zix turns to you all and says, "These used to be more popular, Plenty have used this art before, but never has it been tested like this. You all now watch as the mote of light begins to slowly dissipate, but you watch as now the egg that used to be an off-white color is now glowing the same brilliant light from the mote. And it begins to expand, almost taking a humanoid shape as it slowly grows like an embryo, growing larger and larger. All the while, no discernible features, just a light bluish aura emanating from it. It takes the very rough form of what you would assume to be Cooi. And you watch as Zix uses two hands, placing them underneath the now conjured physical-looking form, as they slowly lay what looks to be Cooey's bland shell or form onto the floor of the mission control. Zix raises an eyebrow and studies it. Something's wrong.
What do you mean?
I have done everything needed to necessitate her physical conversion. It is all up to her now. However, she is resisting. From what I can tell, it is her will. Zix raises a hand over the pure glowing form of Cooi and says, "It's as though she does not want this, like she does not have the strength of heart to push on."
What? That can't be.
Can she hear us? Cooi, you can do it. We know you can do it. It's not over. This is just the beginning. Push.
Come back to us, Cooi.
This is unconventional, but it is her will to live that is dying. Can any of you sense feelings?
Feeling?
Oh, what's her face? Doesn't she
Lizzie.
sense feelings?
Lizzie.
Lizzie?
Oh
my God.
I can't believe it.
I mean, what
Lizzie,
choices do we have?
girl.
The arcane man says he will go get her and quickly heads that way. In just a few minutes, he heads back into the room with Lizzie. "Yeah, what's up?" she says, heading into the room.
Oh my god.
We need you to.
We need your help.
Yes, feel around for Cooey's feelings. She's resisting coming back, and we don't know why.
She's like losing the will to go on.
Look, I have a little bit of a headache. Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes.
The safety of this ship and our future, and possibly many thousands of lives, depends on this. Also, thousands of dollars that could possibly be yours if you're able to do this.
Well, if you give a girl what she wants. And she takes a second to study the bright glowing form of Cooi. Lizzie sort of gets on her hands and knees, putting her face close to Cooey's form, but not like smelling or anything like that, just almost trying to sense. She pulls back up. "I'm getting feelings of guilt and responsibility. Not just over her, but everything that you've all been through. It's, from what I can tell, like she doesn't want to see you suffer any longer. Like she sees herself as a liability."
Oh my goodness. You listen here, young lady. I will not have any pouting around here any longer. we went through all this because we love you, and I don't want to hear another peep out of it. You come back here this instant, young lady.
Zix takes a nod as you say this, Aesop, and says, unconventional, but if she is to press on, as you are all rightly doing, it is time for you to support her. As Aesop has done, whatever each of you think would be appropriate to say in order to help her, now is the time. Aesop, you already said that. I need you to make a relevant check to arouse Cooey's will. Whatever you think is appropriate.
I think I'm going to use my... Can I make, like, my natural, like, history as a father and just, like, make, like, just a general charisma check with, like, my proficiency bonus, I guess? For, like...
Sure.
Being a dad, I guess?
I like that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's not great, so I'm still gonna use my, inspiration.
You may as well.
Yeah. It's okay, I already used all my 20s, so... Here we go.
And all your one.
That is going to be an 18.
Very nice, very nice. Glace, what do you say?
Cooi, my dear, it might be hard to see other people suffer, but that is part of the beauty of living. It's all our choice to do what we want to do to save whoever we want to save. And sometimes you have to work really hard and pay consequences for what you do and what you want. It's just part of life. You can't have all the good without a little bit of bad. Please come back to us. We can all experience life together. It's a beautiful thing.
Very good. Give me a relevant check.
Persuasion?
That could absolutely work.
I will also use my inspiration for this.
Double 20s. It's gonna be double 20s. I feel it.
I'll roll 20. Persuasion. 17.
Nice. Rinkaz.
I walk up to her, the side of the form, and I pull out the rope Kaz gave
His
to me.
revolver.
I shoot Lizzie right in the face.
What do you think?
All that and more if you come back.
See, no one's suffering. We aren't. She's going. I drop a Kulakan at her feet. Said, "This is the last artifact and relic that was given to me by Kaz. He told me and had said many times that this ship was the most amazing thing he had ever seen. You are part of the ship. You are part of our family. If there is any chance for me and the rest of the Wildnauts to not only save you, everyone in this galaxy, or even bring our friend back, let him be with you also in this moment. Please return back to us. Not only do we need you, he needs you."
Give me a relevant check, Rinkaz.
I'm going to use an aptly named card, Friendly Spirits, to
Nice.
get advantage on the roll.
Nice.
I get shit for charisma or intelligence, so it's just a blank 20. I would assume.
This is the one. Oh, I didn't mean the... Okay.
Okay, well, unlucky 13 is better than unlucky 1.
Whew. Good thing for those inspiration cards. Straight 13, Rinkaz?
Yeah, perception, insight, acrobatic survival.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You say your words of encouragement. Sun Kong.
Sun Kong comes over, and gets close to Cooi and's like, I understand the need to want to save us from pain, but I can promise you, you not coming back is worse than any pain that may have happened by accident while you were here. You must come back to us, Cooi. We can't. It just wouldn't be the same without you.
Very good. Give me a relevant check.
Instead of doing a check because my charisma is crap as well, can I just use this?
Ooh.
Fortuitous circumstance.
Yeah, I like
That
it.
was a really good card.
I will
Spectacular.
say. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
NVD.
Get as close to the spirit blob as possible.
Spirit.
Cooi, I remember the last thing you said to me before we left the ship. You said you wanted to see how beautiful outside was. You have to come back so you could see outside with us. I need you to follow my voice right now. Persuasion, please.
Very good. Give me your persuasion check.
Oof, oof.
22.
All right.
Charisma.
Fa or Chemo, do you guys want to say anything? Are you there at all, Kyle? Are you on mute? I haven't heard you. Okay.
No.
All right. You, Fa and Chemo are not as closely familiar and knowledgeable about Cooi as the rest, so they feel it is better to stand by and allow those more familiar with her to say their words of peace as they watch from afar. You all say these things surrounding Coi's brightly lit form, and as you are saying those things and finishing up, appearing from behind you, Rinkaz, is the form of a humanoid person, although they themselves have a certain translucency to them. It looks like a tall humanoid with white hair and what looks to be like a lab coat attached. They step over and walk through you and lean down on one knee to where Cooi is, and they whisper something near Cooi. They bring their head back up and disappear.
Oh,
What did he say? What did anyone say?
Did I hear it?
Perception.
You guys can make a check if you'd like.
oh yeah, I want to read his lips.
Oh, we couldn't end the session without one last crit fail, ladies and gentlemen.
What was it? Do you want a perception? Here.
I'll pass on that roll. I just got Patrick Swayze through me. That freaked me out.
All right.
God.
NVD, is 17 a total?
17's the total there, yep.
It sounds as though whoever that figure was, you didn't pick up everything, but you picked up what sounded like something to the effect of, your friends love you, and so does your father.
Oh.
Oh, my heart. Oh.
Zix studies the form of Cooi in this brightly lit light, turning to you all and saying, "It seems as though she has stabilized from that. Though I cannot discern when the process will be complete. Perhaps hours, perhaps days.
Oh, goodness.
It was necessary that the viral spirit gem take over so I could conduct this process. But it is likely her own spirit and form will need time to complete its merger. Likely there will be traces of the spirit gem that will be absorbed, but only the beneficial data. You will not be seeing that thing again."
Ah, good. pretty psycho, that thing.
Despite her grief, she is attached to you all in a unique way. Whatever the cost, there is a prevailing sense to protect you all buried within her. Perhaps a trait she has carried her whole life. Zix stands up from kneeling. Now then, I've done all I can. It is time for me to take my leave. Congratulations on the passage of your rite, Glace.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for everything. Will we ever see you again?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Or perhaps not.
All
Thank
right.
you regardless.
Thank you.
I was very curious. Perhaps in some time I'll revisit to see how my art has taken shape.
Oh, you must. I couldn't imagine seeing a work of art without it being finished.
Very well then. This device that takes me to the outside. Zix holds up a hand, ready to touch the crystal communicator.
Right. Well, you see, the reason why we were able to come back in without doing the dance the first time was because we already pre-did it. And we had to do the dance one more time. You know, gooble gobble, that whole thing. You have to spin around 3 times, click your heels 3 times, say gooble gobble, gooble gobble 3 times. There's an emergency switch that you can press in emergency situations like what we just experienced, but now there's no longer an emergency. So this is the magic of the gym.
It knows.
Zix touches it and says, "Gooble gobble, gooble gobble, gooble gobble."
Oh no.
Oh, perfect. Oh, look at that, it's activating.
And Zix disappears from the deck of the ship.
That's unbelievable, Glace.
Gives you the finger as he fades.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys stand in the ship.
Yes.
I guess.
As this has all happened, the arcane man comes over. And in his hands is what looks to be a white-looking coat. Similar to the lab coat that this other figure was wearing. At the tops, around a very tall collar, is a tuft of fur that rounds the top of it. And he simply places it over Cooi's form and wraps her in it. I suppose she will need time to rest, as I'm sure most of you may wish to do as well. Our next step. Now that this is all done, and I don't believe that the Reigar is lying. I've never known them to. Cooi should return to us at some point. I must thank you all for securing her a physical form. I'm grateful for this act. You have done well as my guardians, as well as those helping me to continue the lady's legacy. And speaking of lady's legacy, I believe now that we have done this, it is time to consult the Mimir to see what agenda lies for us next.
I suppose that's kind of your bag, Glace, so I'll let you handle that.
Oh. Okay, well,
Don't
yeah,
want
let's go
anything-
talk to the Mimir. I'm sure it's got a lot of fun things to say about what we did in the past.
Very well.
Oh, okay.
If you are all ready, I believe we should all contact it together. We are inseparable in many ways.
Oh, I'm getting implicated in this as well. Right.
You are part of the Wyld Tycoons, yes.
That's right, you're one of us.
Fine.
Very well. Let us approach the Mimir. And if you all would like, you head to the cargo bay.
Yes.
Big Blue just hanging out over here. Just a
Oh.
little baby.
He's just chilling. He's good.
Sorry.
That's okay. Aesop, flies
Oh.
over. Sorry.
Wah! Wah!
The arcane man stares at the Mimir, this skull-like device that floats in this purple chest that you guys have created using the power of the ship to keep it safe. It looks like a fusion between magic and strange strips of steel and leather that cover its form. The arcane man raises a hand and the box containing the Mimir dissipates, almost melting away. Sitting there is the Mimir. It is just floating aimlessly, but now shifts its gaze to meet all of yours before saying, I am Mimir 496571. Name verification required for further interaction with this one.
Glace.
Verified.
Monkey.
All of us?
Yes, the
Sun
arcane man
Kong?
says. Verified.
Yes.
Verified.
Goodness. So I just say Aesop?
Rerouting. Verified.
Oh, damn it. I shouldn't have said it.
MVD.
Verified. I'll assume that Chemo and Fa say their names. Verified. Verified. The arcane man looks to you all and leans in to whisper something to the Mimir. He leans back and the Mimir says, Verified. Verification complete. Accessing. Information and coordinates unlocked.
Ooh.
The lady requests that you travel immediately to the hidden grounds of the Numinos Grotto.
What have I done? What have I done? I'm implicated with you all now. What have I done?
Numinos is a planetoid that was created by the Daubus and kept hidden in one of the innumerable mazes by the lady. Numinos holds the secrets of the multiverse. All knowledge, either forgotten or currently unknown by gods or mortals, is kept hidden here. This includes the first question, the oldest question in the multiverse. Due to its relation as the fulcrum of all things, Sigil's destruction wiped its memories away from all beings in the known universe, even the gods themselves. Numinos holds not only the secrets to Sigil's destruction, but also the next steps in order to set things right. The lady requires you to travel to Numinos, now free from her maze and hidden in this plane, to uncover these secrets.
Oh, juicy.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's something. Do we know the coordinates?
Numinos' location has been uploaded to the ship. The path to it viewable on the astrolabe in mission control. Be warned. Numinos was never meant to be traversed by mortals or gods. All were prohibited except for the lady herself. 1. Numinos air is inhospitable for living beings. Alternative methods of breathing are required. 2. Numinos and its secrets are heavily guarded by those appointed by the lady, and those foolish enough to have attempted to tread its ground without her permission. Come prepared to defend yourself. You are to fly to Numinos and enter via the gaping maw of its stone face. Once inside, you are to travel on foot in order to reach its core, where the hidden secrets of all time and space lay bare. Move quickly, as this information cannot fall into the wrong hands.
Mr. Mir, if you could be so
Mr.
kind, you said there was difficulty breathing. Of what nature is the atmosphere there? Will a potion of water breathing suffice, perhaps?
The air in Numinos is available but inhospitable. It is extremely difficult to breathe without some other functional method. Further interactions without any other methods will lead to suffocation. Any methods revolving keeping clean air or some other method will suffice.
Huh.
Didn't the gift have some suits like that?
Oh. You know, I need to head to a Quagga soon anyway.
Once you have completed this task, you are to confer with this Mimir again. The time is coming to complete the task set out to you by the Lady of Pain. Do not disappoint her.
All right.
Do our best.
Should we tell it about that man?
I don't know what we tell it.
I don't know either.
There was a human with gold eyes that stopped time and asked us any questions. Ring any bells?
Information regarding such individuals, should it be hidden or unknown by all beings, can be found at Numinos.
Well, hot dog, we're about to solve our mystery, gang.
Mm-hmm.
The arcane man looks around. What individual was this?
Oh,
Remember that weird message? Were you there? We got
Yes.
that weird. Yes, that was him, and he said the exact same thing to us. He called us by name, Wild Tycoons. He asked what year it was, and then he smiled and disappeared.
Interesting. He said the exact same thing as before.
But we mentioned that. We mentioned that to him, and that's when he disappeared. But the whole place, the asteroids, all of it all stopped, except for us and him.
Interesting. I am unaware of who this individual is, but from what you've told me, it seems as though they are either a powerful psionicist, or perhaps... Did it sound as though they were purposefully repeating themselves? Or as though they were saying this for the first time?
Maybe like they were confirming, but there was also a smell that went along with them, or maybe went after them. I'm not sure. Like, brimstone.
The smell of brimstone. An interesting smell. Perhaps some type of necessary ingredient to perform their magics.
Oh.
Though, if this was the actual first time that they were saying this message, then it is possible that we got some type of psychic resonance in the past before they said it. A psionicist is a possibility. The other one could be some type of chronomancy. Or perhaps a mix of both. I'm unsure.
Fascinating.
I mean, everything stopped. Everything stopped, even Zix.
I suppose we'll have to delve into this deeper later. For now, the most important thing is fulfilling the Mimir's request, and by extension the lady's.
Yes.
That means we have permission to be there with all the guards, right?
It appears as though you do not.
Oh, wait. So we have to fight our way through this place?
Perhaps a verifiable check to ensure that whoever is able to access the knowledge has the strength and acumen to do so.
Oh no.
All the more reason that I have made sure that you are all in peak physical and mental shape, of course.
Mental shape?
Did you see what happened to me out there?
You look a little singed,
A little.
but you are still standing, Glace.
He's got you there.
And your fashionable attire seems completely unscathed, as usual.
No doubt, of course. But this is just the second day in a row that I've been down for the count, and I'm kind of emotional, okay?
All the more reason to ensure that your tactics are well equipped and your cohesion as a group unit is sound.
Ugh.
Even worthy of accessing Numenos, consider it a test to ensure that we have achieved a certain bar to cross in order to access this information. If this is truly the secrets of the universe, I would imagine that not only the lady but anyone else would not allow it to be freely accessed.
Did we get like a time frame from him? Just he said to hurry. Like that's basically the only thing.
There seems to be some pertinence to getting to Numenos, but that is as any of our tasks with the lady.
Well, depending on the rest of the group and what they think, Aesop will remind everyone that we still have its free ticket to the talk to the Gom or whatever on Jadra, the big old heart god. But we can only ask it 3 questions, and each question could take 1 to 10 days to answer. So I don't know if we want to bust that out just yet, but it's an option.
You are no longer on the time constraints of helping Cooi, but as a simple aside, I would hope that you all have some brevity to your tasks, though I understand equipping yourselves with both physical weapons as well as mental ones, and knowledge to go with it, is important to all of us. If you see the need to do so, I understand.
Oh, on the other hand, though, didn't the little black box just tell us that the gods forgot about the important stuff about this Numenos place too? So what's the point? May as well save that check for a day when we really need to cash it.
Yeah. So first things first, we have to find a way, maybe a quagga, to breathe air.
Breathe it. Yeah.
Let's find that fucking quagga.
That would be a good first step, ensuring that we do not choke while there.
Very good first step.
And Kaz is gonna turn his flask upside down and shake it. It's like, yeah, we need supplies.
So, y'all, I know it's past time. We can go a little longer if everyone is down for it. Otherwise, we can end it here. That is up to you guys.
It's a pretty good stopping place unless there's like a big like story beat or something.
I'm okay with stopping here.
Okay. Well then, with that, we will cap it here. I still have a bad boy card that I did not use.
Yes.
Good.
I fooled you, Jason.
It was
I fooled you.
it was such a shitty one.
Oh, well,
Such a
lucky
shitty
me.
one. Yeah, thank you everybody. We will see what happens with your future tasks, as well as with Cooi and everything else, next time on Wyrd and Wyld. Thank you everybody for stopping in and hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. As you guys are chilling with us, you are of course accruing points that you can use to do all kinds of fun stuff like buy things, inspiration for the party, a +1 for any of them, all kinds of cool stuff. So check all those out. You can see all the rewards down in the bottom left of the chat. If you're late to this episode or want to watch more, we have all of our VOD on Twitch. I'll have to splice this into 2 because of the power outage. And you can see all of this stuff. I do rebroadcast usually on Mondays over on YouTube if you prefer watching that. It's a little easier to access sometimes, I think, than Twitch. But yes, that is everything. It's late. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Thank you, A10, Community Showcase, Ganja, Halil, Heroes Legacy, Lumber Gundam, Lurks, Milty, Rimastino, VNK, Virgo Praz, and Waza. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Check us out. Give us a follow. It's just a click of a button and you get cool stuff to interact and have fun with us. And yeah, check us out next week. We'll be back. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.